Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Vlogmas Day 10. If you are new, welcome. I am _GP and I create influence in beauty and lifestyle. Thank you for clicking on this video today. I hope you like what you see and you join my family by subscribing to my YouTube channel, liking and commenting, letting me know that you are new. So today's Friday, but it's a very chill type of Friday, you know, where you want to just stay home and maybe do things around the house. So today I will be decorating my Christmas tree finally. As you guys may know, if you've been following along with all these Vlogmas Day videos, I've been on a hunt trying to find decorations to put on my Christmas tree, but I finally decided to just work with what I have. Today I will be also cooking dinner. I've decided to make some bacalao and domplines al estilo dominicano, which is very weird because I, growing up, didn't really like that. I didn't really like bacalao, neither did I really like dumplings, but for some reason I'm like, I gotta make it to see if maybe the way I make it, I'll like it. So it is very important to note that I am going to be completely improvising in the kitchen because I've never made this at all. I'm just gonna go with what I know and try to see if I can finesse. Hopefully it comes out good. So let's get into the video. All right, so after doing some research, I learned that bacalao is actually salted codfish. However, I ended up using pollock fillets, which is also salted, but it was so much better than that bacalao. That's why I liked it now that I think about it, because I'm like, the texture is so much softer than what I'm used to when it comes to bacalao. It's a bit tougher and not as like flaky as this one is. So if you don't like bacalao, maybe try using this specific one that I showed you. It is so much better. All right, so here I'm just showing you the process of desalting the fish because it does come with a large quantity of salt. So you want to boil it and replace the water. About 3 times I did it and it came out great. So I would say, you know, taste it along the way before you add another amount of water to boil it in. You might want to keep a little bit of salt in there. I chose to opt out with the salt and season it the way I'd like it at the end. All right, so now we're gonna make the dumplings. And I started off with 1 cup of flour, but I realized it wasn't enough and I ended up making 2 cups. Now, if you're not new to my channel, you already know your girl does not follow recipes. I actually just went with my gut and it came out fire. So this is what I used: about 2 cups of flour, 3/4 a cup of butter, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 cup of water, and 2 tablespoons of oil. Now be careful with the water. Slowly put water in there and massage the dough until you get the consistency where it's firm but not like super dry. You want it to be moist but not too wet either. And when it comes to the salt, my mom, she's the type to taste it. And I tried that and it was freaking gross. I mean, it's up to you if you want to taste it to see if it's good of salt or not. When you're done with the dough, definitely set it aside to rest for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, I cut up my veggies and I made my bacalao stew. Yup, I'm going to still call it bacalao because at the end of the day, all of it's the same: salted fish, bacalao. Although my sofrito already contains garlic, cilantro, and peppers, I went ahead and cut those fresh ingredients just to bring it, you know, a little bit more flavor. My sofrito does not contain any onions, so I went ahead and cut up some green onions, red onions, and I have some thyme as well. So here I'm preparing the water where I will be boiling my dumplings. I season it with salt and chicken bouillon. I have some sauteing olive oil here that I'm gonna drizzle a good amount of. Then I'm gonna add my garlic and green onions. I then season it with some Doña Gallina. My mom actually brought it from DR. So if you don't have this, you can definitely use some chicken bouillon. Add sofrito and thyme. Then add the rest of your vegetables. Alright, y'all, so this is my favorite part. I grabbed some oregano straight from the campo. I went ahead and crushed it up. And I put some of there. And then I put some black pepper. Goya Sazonador Total, the perfect seasoning. I also, yes, I do put onion and garlic powder. They don't have any salt, so be liberal with that. Paprika. Move that around. And I'm going to season it some more because that's my business. Add some white vinegar just to bring out those flavors. Tomato paste. To thin out the paste and create more of a sauce, I'm going to add some vegetable broth instead of water. This helps to not bland out the seasonings. I gave my fish a rough chop, not too small, not too big, just because I know they're going to break apart a little bit more in the sauce. All right, so you can leave this part out. The sauce is perfectly fine without it, but I love me some coconut milk in my tomato pasty sauce. It just it makes all the difference. I can't even explain it. It just makes it so yummy, velvety, just, ugh. So I finished off my seasonings with some Creole seasoning and some Sazón Goya con achote para darle un poco más color. Tú sabes. It already had a nice color, but I went ahead and I took it up a notch because that's just what I do. And not to mention, this like topped it off and it needed nothing else after this. Definitely taste your stew and make sure to season it to your taste. Oh, and I forgot to mention I did add some cumin. So I don't know what happened to the footage of me forming the dumplings and putting it in the boiling water, but this is what it looks like after it's boiled. Because I didn't follow any recipe, I did not know how long I needed to boil it for, but I did boil it for like 20 minutes. I used the knife to cut through it, and I figured if it came out clean like you would check a cake, then it was cooked because it's flour, it's the same thing. And I also gave it a try to make sure it didn't taste like flour, and it was good. It was nice and soft and moist. I then went ahead and added my dumplings into the sauce because I wanted it all to, you know, marry together instead of having like two separate dishes. I felt like this would add even more flavor to the dumplings. As if my sauce wasn't thick enough, I felt like the flour from the dumplings would also bring a little bit more texture and velvetyness to my stew. As a finishing layer of freshness, we went ahead and added some cilantro, and oh my goodness. Tell me this don't look good. Tell me this don't look good. Let me know in the comment section if you would try this dish out, and I promise you, if you do, you gonna thank me later. Ooh. All right, y'all. So I'm really proud of myself because it came out so good. And like I said earlier in the video, I never really used to like domplines when other people used to make it, or bacalao, because I used to feel like it was so salty and stuff. But I made sure I boiled my bacalao 3 times and replaced the water until it was good, like not salty at all. So I love that for me. Bruh, I'm stressed the fuck out. You're broken. Must have broke in between the moves. to ribbon the tree first, the Christmas tree first, and then add the ornaments to cover up any gaps. But you know, I ain't got no damn ribbon. I couldn't find any, so I'm gonna check online for it.
You're a character. You're a character.
I wish I had more of these. They're like little cranberries. All right, so these are my results for now. I'm pretty happy with what it looks like. I did definitely go around the house and grab random flowers that I had laying around, and I'll definitely be adding more things to this tree. So keep on watching my Vlogmas to see how my tree ultimately turns out. And as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Make sure that bell is on. You don't want to miss another video.